well. Ooh, with some storms potentially in the forecast tomorrow. It's always important to remind ourselves how to stay safe during those storms.
Meteorologist Christian Bridges is here with us, and when there's thunder, lightning follows, and he's here with some safety tips if you're caught out in a storm, Christian.
Yes, and we're going to be breaking down the statistics of lightning fatalities in the U.S. and just, talking about why we always tell people to head indoors when we do hear lightning and thunder, especially with so many people visiting Maine right now. And with the threat for severe weather tomorrow, I think it's a great reminder, to stay safe when we do see lightning. So let's talk about the activities that see the most deaths when it comes to lightning. Of course, very clearly, most of these are outside, and a lot of them have to do with the water. You can see fishing and the beach leading the list here with lightning fatalities from 2006 to 2018. So yeah, water activities, because water not only conducts electricity really well and conducts lightning, also a lot of times when you're on the water, you're the tallest object around, especially if you're on a boat out in the lake or you're on the beach. You're usually the tallest object there, so that can really be quite dangerous to be in during a thunderstorm. So again, you want to get inside somewhere where you have shelter to avoid any threats from lightning. We've already seen 3 deaths due to lightning in the U.S. this year already. And on average, there's about 20 deaths every year due to lightning in the United States. And Maine actually has one of the highest lightning fatalities per capita.
Oh, I don't like hearing that.
I know, and it's because we have, so many people come here for our
all
outdoor
these activities.
Yes, so because we're such, we're vacation land, lightning is definitely a bigger threat here in Maine than it might be in other areas, like in the South where, you're probably spending most of the day in the AC when it's so hot in the summer. So I think this is so interesting. 80% of lightning victims are men, only 20% are women. I don't know if it's because, men just, kind of disregard it, or, they're just like, it's not going to affect me. But
they're fishing more.
Yes,
I don't know.
Something like that. But it is really interesting that men are impacted by lightning way more than women are. So again, if you're a guy watching, good idea if thunder is rumbling to head indoors. And let's talk about some of the most common locations where we see lightning deaths. We see them under trees the most. A lot of people think, head under a tree, it's better than being out in the open, but sometimes it's just better to just be out in the open as opposed to under a tree, because when a tree gets struck, obviously it's much taller than you. It directs that electricity right into the ground and right into you. And you'll see, if you can look really closely here, only 2 lightning deaths were either inside a house and only 1 was inside a car. So that's where you want to be, inside or in your car. Again, it's not completely a fail-safe here, but it's definitely a better spot to be than outdoors when lightning strikes. So kind of interesting to see all the different spots where people get struck. Doing yard work is a big one too. Of course, on the water, you can see 69 deaths from that between 2006 and 2023. And for lightning safety, again, when thunder roars, head indoors. You want to head to an enclosed structure or the car with the windows up. A lot of people like to think that, oh, the rubber tires on the car are what protects me. It is not. That's a myth. It's actually the metal frame of the car that redirects the lightning around you and into the ground. So kind of interesting. It has nothing to do with the tires, which a lot of people think that is why you're safe in a car. I know.
I'm learning too much right now.
I know. I'm pumping you guys with information about lightning right now. And of course, if you're inside, I know probably a lot of people don't have landlines anymore, so this threat probably has gotten a lot better. But if you still have a corded landline phone, maybe avoid that during a thunderstorm. We always say don't take a shower when there's lightning, because
so that's true.
That is true, because lightning can come through your pipes. And of course, water conducts electricity, and there have been many cases where people have been struck showering or in the bath, or washing their hands even. That can also put you at risk for getting struck by lightning. And of course, water-related activities, outdoor sports, anything outside is when you want to be heading indoors. So again, when thunder roars, head indoors. Yeah, that's our motto here. Especially because we do have storms in the forecast tomorrow, and I would imagine in the next week or so with this hot, humid weather we're going to see, probably going to see some more thunderstorms as well. So kind of interesting, all these lightning statistics definitely want to stay safe when we get big thunderstorms rolling on through. And it's not something to take lightly. You know, lightning is always, I don't know why, I've always had like a big fear of it. It's one of my big weather fears. I just don't like electricity. I hate getting shocked by anything, even if it's static.
That is true.
So,
I've heard you
yes, I do
unhappy when you get shocked.
I do not like getting shocked. So lightning has always scared me. So I will always go inside when it's lightning.
Yeah.
Christian, I just learned so many new facts. First of all, did not realize that the car, it has nothing to do with the rubber tires.
I know, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's a really good one.
A lot of people always say that, and it has nothing to do with it.
Shocked about the tree statistic. I didn't realize that you can still get
roots
shocked.
will get you.
Yes,
yeah.
the roots, the water in the tree, it conducts that electricity right into the ground. If you're standing on the ground around it, boom, there you go. So, something to keep in mind. You're not safe under a tree. And you're out on hole 9 golfing. Probably a better idea just to head back to the clubhouse and head inside versus staying out there and golfing. One of the biggest activities because you're holding up a metal rod in the air. So that's something that can really increase the danger of getting struck.
Yeah, I just remember playing soccer growing up, and it was if anyone saw any lightning, everybody has to get into their car, and you wait it out, or you cancel the game.
Yep, and as a lifeguard, anytime there was a rumble of thunder, it was like, nope, out of the pool for 15 minutes. If there's another one, it's another 15 minutes. So, something to keep in mind. But yeah, if you hear that thunder, head indoors. If you've got any weather-related questions you'd like to ask our Weather Authority team, you can always email us at weather@wgme.com.